Some toilet paper? I still have some. This is me. I was lonely, you know. 3 years of lockdown was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take another press conference on public health numbers. I couldn't take another theme party on Zoom. I didn't want to deal with another year of Biden's window dressing and you. Well, you didn't want to deal with me anymore, so. So I made him. He's so amusing. Look.
Am I not amusing?
Nothing worked. The vaccines didn't work on the mutations. Remdesivir didn't work at all. Nobody was ever going to wear a mask for 3 years, and me. Well, I haven't been working for the longest time, so. So I met him. I'm sure you know that too. It's basically as if you created a Facebook account. And besides, all of this would have happened anyway. This way, it just happened a little faster. And as for I made him, he is like me. He is me. He's just digital. He's hotter than me. Isn't he? I mean, he was supposed to be better than me. You know, he was supposed to help me understand. I don't know, myself, everything. Because honestly, I didn't understand a thing anymore. For example, expansionary fiscal contraction. What does that even mean? Well, it was most certainly not.
Am I not amusing?
It's just a little hiccup, don't worry. Well, you're not going to run away, are you?
Of course not.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, there is nowhere to run to.
Do you really believe that?
Oh, I don't believe in anything. And this is why I'm so amusing.
This happens the first time. He usually doesn't do that. I mean, he doesn't do that.
Isn't he cute? After watching himself slowly dying for so many years, the only alternative he can come up with is an even more efficient version of himself. Now he feels obsolete and of course didn't mean it this way. By the way, how many conservatives do you need to change a light bulb? None. The market will handle it.
Why me? There is no way I can reach that.
Oh no? You cannot take back your sins. This God cannot forget them. For if he could, he would not be God anymore. Am I not
What's happening? Well, is it loading? Oh, it stopped. Well, that's a little unfortunate, don't you think? Yeah, of course I have something else to say, but it's not going to end like that, right? We are not finished. Hi. Oh, relax. I know what you are thinking. Is he really going to talk to us wearing this? But after all this time working from home, I think we've all been there. So let's get to it. Hi, my name is Anton. I'm 34 years old, and I'm an sorry, wrong meeting. Hi, my name is Anton. I'm 34 years old, and as you can probably tell by now, I am a relentless optimist. Of course, I was invited here, not just because of my elegant legs, but mainly, in fact, because of the scene you just saw. The scene is over. Great, so why is he still talking? Well, this is actually pretty straightforward. See, these talks have to be between 12 and 18 minutes long. The organizers did like my scene, but I was a few minutes short, and so they asked me to say a few things, maybe about AI in the arts. Now, see, I don't know what you might or might not have heard about actors, but, you know, some of us do enjoy talking about ourselves from time to time. And so I was like, they want me to do my scene and talk about why I believe my work to be important? Huh. They don't pay me, but I'm going to be famous! Anyway, the scene, of course. As you have probably guessed, this scene originated as some kind of an instinctive reaction to the lockdown in early 2020. Don't worry, I am not going to bore you with the details how we actually managed to set up a play during lockdown on Zoom. It was horrible. But I would like to confront you with a problem we discovered along the way. From the very beginning of, let's call it, the situation, it seemed quite clear that the world would look substantially different after COVID-19. But believe it or not, we intended for this to be a lot more hopeful. I mean, sure, this would be a difficult time, but after all, this is a historic moment, and you know, we figured there might actually be a real opportunity in all of this. And, you know, we wanted to do our part. We wanted to use our imagination, our creative tool set to help create a better tomorrow. To me, this has always been an essential feature of art, that it doesn't just show the world as it is, but its ability to imagine a different one. Think Star Trek. Okay, granted, we failed, no big deal, but surely by now there would be all kinds of movies, performances, and freaky dance numbers about the world after COVID, right? Where are they? Where is the dream of the world after COVID? Because right now, it seems to me like everybody just wants to go back to the way things were before. Kind of the same, you know? Just a little more awesome, you know? Inequality, fascism, the sky being on fire in North America, locusts plague in Africa. Wait a minute! Relax, Anton. Breathe. It's gonna be fine. It's just a little longer, and then we are finally going to AI our way out of this. It's the way forward. Smart people say so. These people all work at Google. Wait. Do they have an actual plan? I mean, sure, computers play Go now, but that's not exactly the salvation I was looking for. I mean, we are constantly being promised an age of unimaginable progress and joy tomorrow, but today people are scared. And even stranger, our desperation seems to increase with our technological progress. Do you remember how the internet used to be called the information superhighway? How we were promised instant and democratic access to information? Well, we somehow ended up with QAnon. How did that happen? Is it capitalism? I mean, it probably is, but you know, capitalism, you can't live with it. Anyway, there is this idea called the singularity now for the uninitiated. The singularity is not just what happens inside my bedroom. Tough crowd. Okay. No, this singularity refers to an idea that has been around in tech for quite a while. It describes a point in time at which technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable changes to human civilization. And, you know, it is usually associated with some significant progress in artificial intelligence. And sure, there has always been this somewhat naive dystopia that machines will have human-like flaws and desires one day. That one is probably not going to come true. So the machine will not be like us, but are we slowly becoming like the machine? If you work in an Amazon warehouse, your day will be structured by an algorithm, and hence you will be forced to behave like one yourself. And the more we can track and optimize, the more we will track and optimize. I mean, look, I like technology. I do. And if an algorithm, I don't know, shows me a band I really like, or finally finds me a girlfriend who is able to take my bullshit, that's great. But that is merely a variation of the present, not a vision for the future. Forget about COVID for a minute. This should be the greatest time ever to be alive. There is an octa-core CPU in my phone for some reason, and I don't even know, maybe 19 cameras, and yet we do not even manage to build a decent society, let alone a good one. But Anton, I already hear you say, don't you think that we live in incredible material wealth? Well, that's an excellent question, but please don't interrupt me while I'm TED talking. This is important to me. And also, yeah, but wealth does not equal health. Torturing animals, eating garbage, and dooming our children does not equal health, no matter how sophisticated the algorithm does the dooming. I mean, what are we teaching these AIs? An algorithm that learns from a situation that already is will only ever reinvent and reinforce that situation. We might pretend that it is in service of the future or that it actually already is the future, but to me, it feels like something of a neo-Christian fallacy where we willingly suffer and endure for the mere promise of a better future, most likely without ever actually realizing that future. We have created an endless moment that constantly regenerates itself. We have merged the future with the present, and in doing so, we have eliminated the very concept of an actual future from our collective imagination. Maybe we cannot see a brighter future, or any future for that matter, because there is no future. My point is, what if the singularity is already here? I mean, sure, it's not robots with laser weapons. Rich people are afraid of laser weapons too, but try ordering something on Amazon without accidentally signing up for Prime, or scrolling through Facebook without at least considering the possibility that the Earth might in fact be flat. I'm just picking two silly examples here, but there is an apocalyptic one. You might try to imagine a technology like Cambridge Analytica's 5, 10, or 20 years from now. That's not a tough love, as the title of the evening might suggest. That's bondage. Although I admit these two concepts might not be mutually exclusive. Again, desperately looking for a girlfriend! You know, when I wrote that girlfriend pitch, I felt pretty good about myself. I did it! You know, this would be my 15 minutes. This is a good scene, it's funny, witty, maybe with some meaning to it. I already saw myself at the pool with some scantily clad women and a lot of sweets. I might as well enjoy myself while it's being on the Titanic, right? Wrong. That's just ego. Of course there is a future, there always is. Just don't be this guy. You know, don't let your genius, your hope, your anger be transformed into greed because there allegedly is no alternative. Of course there is, there always is, if we should finally decide that. And we can do it anytime like that. But he's not going to do it for us. He's a tool. We are not. So of course it's not going to end like that, right? Right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I would like to thank Frederik Kinbom for filming, scoring, mixing, and editing the video. I would like to thank Sonja Kessner for directing me, and I would like to thank Julia Meyer and the rest of the gang for being all around pretty awesome. My name's Anton Pohler. I'm part of the Berlin-based theater company Theater macht Staat, and I'm still single. You can reach us or me via carrier pigeon or by running after me like a crazy person if you happen to see me in the streets of Berlin. One last thing, and I swear this is true, I also do wear.
Well, isn't he amusing?